Let's look at how to use left and right outer joins in a select query. And as a quick review, outer joins have sides, left and right, and they return all the data from one table and only matching data from the other. So now let's add just a little bit to this. The table that returns all data is called the base table, and the table that returns matches is called the secondary table. Also, the base and secondary tables vary depending on the direction of the join. If you use a right outer join, the right side table becomes the base table, and so on. And remember, you control left and right by selecting and then either right-clicking or double-tapping the join line, then Join Properties, then choosing the second or third options. So let's put this to work. Create tab, Query Design, and I'll add the order details and products tables. You can see that Access used a one-to-many relationship as a pattern for the join, and that means it's an inner join. I'll add the product name and quantity fields, and if I run the query, you can see it only returns data for products that have been ordered. I know this because if the query was returning data for unordered products, we'd see blank records here. So back to Design View, right-click or double-tap the join line, and start the Join Properties dialog. Select the second option, and notice the join line. The arrow tells you it's an outer join, and it also points to the secondary table. Run the query, sort the data from smallest to largest, and now you know which products don't sell. So what happens if you change to a right outer join? I'll make the change, run the query, and we get the same results as an inner join, no blank records. If we look at the Join Properties dialog, we see why. We're returning all the data from the Order Details table, but only matches from the Products table. In other words, we're only seeing products that have a corresponding order, and that's the same result returned by an inner join. So think your joins through, and if you don't get the result you want, you can always change them. And next, I'll show you how to add joins and how to use indirect joins, and those are two ways to query unrelated tables and get some logical results.